Okay, so you made it to the course. I really hope that you have a notepad and some paper to write with, to take some notes. All I ask from you for the remainder of the course is to have your full attention. What I'm about to share with you is really gonna help you take your business to the next level. So before we get started, I just wanted to say that, and we are about to get started in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, and we're live. Welcome to the course. This course is going to be all about how to build a winning campaign so you can start bringing paying customers into your door. So really what we're talking about is building a campaign using certain platforms on social media in combination with a referral program. So I'm going to try to keep this within 30 minutes, so just bear with me. That's how long it's probably going to take. And let's just jump right into it. So really what we're talking about today is the architecture behind the campaign itself. So all the prep work, all the integrations, all the different moving pieces talking to each other. How do you design that in a way that optimizes your CPA and your conversion rates, okay? So the benchmark of success that I'm looking at in simplest terms is conversion rates, okay? So again, the way that I've developed my campaigns, I've been seeing a 50 to 60% conversion rate, and that's higher than average. You might see something a lot less than that, but it just depends on who you're targeting, what kind of copy you're using, what sort of content you're using, that sort of thing. So, but that is a benchmark of success, and you need to look at what industry averages are, and obviously you want to shoot for higher than that. A low CPA, so or cost per action. You might see it written as CPA. That could be a number of different things. That could be link clicks, that could be video views, that could be leads, so people that are actually giving you their contact information. All of that has a cost to it, and they all have their own industry averages that you need to look up. And I'm not going to get into much of that right now because that's sort of a basic course that I may develop at some other time. And then last but not least is time to execution, right? So we have our goals. How long does it take us to reach our goals by developing these campaigns? All right. Before I ever sit down and start designing a campaign out, I always want to know what this business's marketing molecule looks like, right? So marketing molecule is essentially just the platforms that are bringing in the most sales. So you can use, if you've been around for a while, you can do this sort of Pareto analysis, right? So where's 80% of your sales coming from, and where's the other 20% coming from? You might look at it as what's my primary platform that's producing sales, and what's my supplementary platforms. And in this presentation, I'm going to be going over Facebook, LinkedIn, and email, as well as chatbots. But chatbots sort of rolls into Facebook, and I'll explain that here in a minute. But your marketing molecule might look a little bit different than mine. This is just mine, but hopefully this gets your imagination rolling. You can see how this rolls into your overall marketing strategy. All right, so during this presentation, I'm going to be going over these 9 campaign principles. The first thing we're going to go over is how to properly split test your campaign, which is really important. As a marketer, 90% of my time is spent just testing. I'm just throwing spaghetti at the wall and seeing what sticks. And there are good ways of doing that, and there are bad ways of doing that. And so I'll show you what I do, and hopefully you can roll that into your strategy. Secondly, we're going to be going over how to run an awareness campaign and why running an awareness campaign is important. Okay, the importance of it really is to make cold traffic and turn them into warm traffic. Okay, and the whole goal there is as many views as I can get for the lowest cost, right? What we're going to do with that warm traffic is we're going to create a custom audience on Facebook with them, and then we're going to remarket to that custom audience with a second ad. And the goal of that second ad is going to be to send them to some sort of lead form, right? You want their information, you want their email, you want their phone numbers. And typically that lead form will, you'll get their information in exchange for some sort of value, right? So in your case, it might be a free lunch or a free dessert or something like that. And then as soon as they click submit on that lead form, two things are going to happen simultaneously. One is they're going to get an email trigger, right? And that email is going to have some directions in there. It's going to have some promotional material in there, but also they're going to be sent to a second landing page. Okay, and that second landing page is going to have a referral program on it. And I'm going to show you how I develop my referral programs. And the whole point of the referral program is that you give them something additional in exchange for them to refer their friends out to your business. Okay, and so this really creates virality within your campaign. Then we want to create a halo effect using a multi-touch system, right? So basically what that means is you want to use multiple different platforms like LinkedIn and chatbots in order to get people to landing page one, because there's more than one ways to get people to landing page one, right? The primary way is through your ad that you're paying money for, but there's also free ways that you can get people to landing page one, and we'll talk about that in this presentation. And last but not least, how you optimize, reallocate your budget, and then duplicate this process over and over and over again until you're just bleeding out with sales, right? So that's what we really want, is for you to have a problem with too many customers. Okay, so let's just get right into it. Again, the first thing we need to go over is how to properly split test. And by the way, for the remainder of the presentation, I'm going to be using a case study from a particular client of mine in the food industry. They sell cupcakes online. And this is sort of what we've done for them, and we've seen a 50 to 60% conversion rate on their pages. Okay, so the first thing we did was we sat down and we defined their audiences. And so if you're talking about cupcakes, right, one of the audience sets would be people that have friends with birthdays coming up, right? You don't typically buy cakes and presents for yourself on your birthday, but you do for your friends. Right? So we can actually target people on Facebook who have friends that have birthdays that are coming up, right? And then for each one of those audience sets, we're going to develop a number of different values and pain points that they have, that particular audience set has. So as an example, a few pain points that this audience set may have is they don't have enough money for a great gift, right? They're broke. A lot of people are in that boat, right? And then what we'll do is we'll develop messages for each pain point. I'm going to say that again. You're going to develop a message for each pain point that's attached to an audience set. I hope that makes sense. So just to continue this example, a message or a great message for people that have friends that have birthdays coming up that also don't have any money, right, for a great gift. A message might be claim your free Baker Dude cupcake for your friend's birthday and save money. That message addresses the pain point, okay? And then we're going to develop the targeting, the layered targeting. And what I mean by layered targeting is in Facebook, there's and ors. So as you can see here, we're targeting women that live in Atlanta between the ages of 25 and 45, right? But we also want that target set to have liked certain pages on Facebook. So if you're not from Atlanta, you might not know what Ponce City Market is, but Ponce City Market is this really cool shopping center with a lot of food and stuff to do and drinks and things like that. So it's relevant to what we're selling, right? So that's but I don't care which page they like. I just want them to like one of those pages. And so that's where the layering comes in. And so you want to develop that. I use just a Google Doc to develop these sheets, and I'll go through each audience set, and I'll use the messaging and the targeting to create split test on Facebook. You don't want to go on Facebook cold without any preparation work and start trying to figure this out, figuring the different messages out, figuring the different audiences out when you're on Facebook. You really want to do this beforehand, and this is how I organize that information. Simple enough. So this is what the backbone of the campaign really looks like. We're going to be running an awareness campaign. Secondly, an engagement campaign that hopefully converts, right? And we'll be talking about that progression for the duration of the presentation. Okay. So this is what an awareness campaign looks like. it's going to be a video, and you need to use video. It's vital that you use a video when you're running an awareness campaign, because Facebook is going to drop your pixel into the video. Okay, all you got to do is click a little button when you're running the ad, and it'll track everyone who's viewed the video. Now, you can't do that if it's just a picture and some text. Okay, so for an awareness campaign, you can get these for like 2 cents a view, which is really, really cheap. Now, let me show you what I do to develop really cool videos. If you're on a budget and you don't have nice camera gear or anything like that, it's actually a tool called Lumen 5. So let me just exit out of this presentation and show you what I'm talking about. I can go to any blog on the internet. So here I'm using the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, and it says 10 best restaurants in Midtown Atlanta. Great. So this would be great content for an awareness campaign, right? Because it's relevant to what we're doing. In Lumen 5, this is a free service. Now, you can get a paid version, but the free service works just fine. All you got to do is copy and paste that URL into Lumen 5, and it'll take a few seconds to upload. But once it uploads, it's going to give you all this cool content. So as you can see, it already puts the title in 10 best restaurants in Midtown Atlanta. Great. So I'll just click South City Kitchen Midtown. I'll click Empire State South, right? And you can go down the list. And then you can even upload, you can actually go to Google and upload the, actual pictures from Empire State South and simply upload it into the slides, right? And so we can put music into the slides. So let's put Sneaky Pitch. That's pretty cool. And then we can brand it, right? So you could put your own logo in there. You can put your address or maybe your website or something like that into the last slide of the presentation. And then you render it, and it creates this really cool video that you can produce in a matter of minutes for your Facebook page. And I tell a lot of my clients to use this. I use this for a lot of my clients just to develop as much content as possible and get people interested in what you're talking about. Okay, so let's go back to the campaign. All right, so again, the whole point of running an awareness campaign is to harvest the people that are actually viewing your videos, to warm them up to your message, essentially. Okay, then we're going to be running an engagement campaign, which is your second ad, and that'll typically be even another video explaining some sort of value that you have that you're providing them, right? And you'll typically have a link that they click on, and it'll take them to a landing page which should have a lead form. In this case, it's a simple lead form that says happy birthday, sign up for our birthday club and enjoy a free cupcake on your birthday. Great, who wouldn't want a free cupcake on their birthday, right? So they're going to give us their information, and as soon as they click join the Baker Dude Birthday Club, two things are going to happen simultaneously, okay? They're going to be sent to a second landing page, and they're also going to get an email, okay? So the second landing page is where we're going to convert them. In your case, we're going to want to focus on a referral program. So it'll say something like, thank you for signing up. Share this link if you want a free lunch the next time you come into our restaurant, or something like that, right? In this case, just because I didn't change out the slides, in this case, it's a product page. So if they actually scroll down, it's connected to a Shopify account where they can actually check out using this discount code. But it's one or the other. When you send them to the second landing page, it's either going to be a product page or a referral page, right? During this entire process, we are tracking their every single move. So we're dropping cookies, okay? We're dropping cookies on every single landing page. If they visit a landing page, if they watch a video, if they click submit, whatever action they take, we're tracking those moves. And then we can create custom audiences based off of those different actions, and we can remarket other ads to them that have highly targeted messages, right? So if they drop off on the second landing page and they don't actually convert, well, we can send them another ad that says something like, hey, you're a hard sell. Before you go, I'm gonna offer you this one last thing, and it's gonna be an offer you can't refuse. You know, something like that. I don't know, but hopefully this is getting your imagination going. Okay. So if you don't know what a pixel is, this is your Facebook pixel. It's off of your business, your Facebook ad manager account. And all you got to do is you've got to put this set of code into the header of all of your different landing pages. And you also want to set up events on your Facebook pixel. So an event might be, you know, abandoning a cart, or an event might be just viewing content, right? But you definitely want to set up events on your Facebook pixels. You'll notice that I added 3 more icons in the bottom there, and that's this multi-touch system that I keep talking about, right? That's using multiple platforms in order to get people to landing page 1. So we're going to talk about chatbots, we're going to talk about LinkedIn, as well as emails, right? So the reason why chatbots, let me skip past that. The reason why chatbots are really interesting to me is simply because they have an extremely high open rate compared to email. I don't know how much you're getting on your email campaigns as far as an open rate goes, but typically people are seeing anywhere between 20 to 30%. That is not what it used to be, you know, back in the early 2000s and in late 90s. You got an email, you opened it, right? So any platform that we can use to increase the open rates of our messages, I'm very interested in as a marketer. So what we're seeing with chatbots, and this is old information, this is information taken back from 2016 when chatbots were fairly new, but we are seeing a 78% open rate. Nowadays, I think it's a bit higher than that. This is what I use for chatbot. It is a software called Chatfuel. And I can actually show you it right here. This is the dashboard that you'll go to when you create your account. And you can set up a welcome message. Mine just says, hey, hey Justin, I'm building out a strong community of marketers and entrepreneurs, so always happy to connect. In fact, if you'd like to join our LinkedIn group of growth hackers, you can request to join through this link. You could send people to links, you could send people to product pages. In your case, you're gonna wanna send them to landing page 1. There are 3 ways to get people to opt into your chatbot. There's 3 primary ways. The first way is just through your business page. So I actually have my own name as a business page just to make things a little bit more personal. And as you can see here, as soon as someone comes to my business page, they'll be allowed to opt into my chatbot. It'll say something like start now. As soon as they do that, they'll get the welcome message that I just showed you. And then what if I have a question? So what if I said, what are your prices? As soon as I do this, you'll see a little typing button, right? I don't have a personal assistant over in India doing this for me. This is the chatbot working. As you can see, my hands, I'm not typing. And so they're gonna get this message, right? So you can see this message here. We charge a flat rate of $500, which include content creation, yada, yada, yada. And it goes through this sequence that answers their question. Now, you might be asking, well, how does the chatbot know how to answer that? Easy enough. You go to setup AI, and I could say things like, if the user says, what are the prices, or anything similar to that, or how much do you charge, it'll go to a block, a sequence that I've developed, okay, that looks like this. And you just develop this, and it says down here, you'll see what I'm talking about. You can say typing, or you can add text or anything like that. So let me delete that really quick. So that's the first way that you can build out your chatbot. The other way is actually through your website. So this is my website. I've installed my Facebook chatbot into my website. So if I wanted to start, if I wanted to get people to opt into it, I can install this on your website, and people can ask you questions through there. It works the same exact way as a business page. And the last but not least is actually creating ads specifically to get people to opt into your chatbot. This is a new ad format that Facebook ran out, I think last year. I could be wrong about that. It could have been back in 2016. But essentially, you click messages when you're creating your ad, and that'll allow you to for people to opt in to your chatbot through the actual ad that you're running. So it can be awareness campaign, it could be an engagement campaign, works all the same. So where are we at? Let's go back to the presentation. The second platform that I really want you to buy into is LinkedIn. The same reason that chatbot is interesting to me is the same reason LinkedIn is interesting to me, is that it has a very high open rate for messages. On LinkedIn, there's a 90 to 9% open rate whenever you're sending out broadcast to your audience, right? And so the other reason why LinkedIn is really cool to me is that you can export all of your contacts out and get their emails and start building out your email list. So as you can see here, I have close to 14,000. Well, that's all qualified leads that I can then input into my email campaigns. Okay. This is the equation for virality, right? It is talking about referrals. So for each referral that you get, there's going to be a certain amount of conversion to those referrals. So if I'm coming to your business and you say, hey, I'll give you a 25% discount the next time you come in if you refer 2 of your friends to my business, I say, great, so I refer 5 people. Well, say 25% of them actually convert into paying customers. You need to have more than 2 referrals, right? 2 people converting in order to create an uptick in your virality for your campaign. And so how I do that is I use a software called UpViral in combination with Landing Line. And so UpViral, you can create reward programs or sweepstakes. So I'm going to show you, this is the dashboard on UpViral. I can add a reward here. So let's just say I want to say, free lunch. And they have to get 3 referrals in order, or they have to share landing page 1, that link that we created, 3 times on, say Facebook and LinkedIn. And let's put a referral type. Let's just say it is a single-use coupon. We'll put our coupon in here, free lunch. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we're going to create our points. Okay, and when we're doing our points, what we'll want to do is we want to make sure that we're hitting all the relevant platforms. So Facebook is relevant to us, LinkedIn is relevant to us. So what I'm saying here by putting 1 is every time they share on Facebook or LinkedIn, the link that we're going to provide to them, they get a point. Okay, it could also be, let's just say Pinterest. If you're on Pinterest, that might be something interesting to play around with. And then referred signups, they get a point. Okay. Then we're going to create our lead capture forms, our share widget, and I'm not going to go through that. That'll be another course. And then we're going to develop our email triggers, our automatic email triggers. So they should be getting emails throughout this entire process automatically. So anytime they share a link, they get an email. Anytime they get someone to refer, anytime they get one of their referrals to actually sign up for us, they get an email, right? So it constantly reminds them to participate. Okay, and then if you don't have a software or a platform to help you A/B test and produce landing pages extremely quickly, I would recommend using Landing Line. It's what I use for all of my clients. It's a really easy way to develop landing pages. So and they even have some pre-made templates here. So let's just go down to one. Here's delicious food. So let's use this template just as I just want to show you the platform itself. It's really neat. And essentially what this allows you to do is it allows you to move at an extremely fast pace so that you can get as much information out there and fire test a number of different headings, a number of different copy, videos, that sort of thing, so that you know what works without spending a ton of time and money. So this is the platform that Landing Line has. As you can see here, it's really easy. It's really user friendly. You can add, countdowns. So say you really want to get people to, to participate in your program. Well, you can just add a ticker, and that might, get people to opt in. As you can see, this is a drag and drop platform. So even if you're not used to developing websites, this is a very easy platform to use. Okay, you can add share widgets down here, all sorts of stuff. I'm not going to go through it. Maybe I'll make another course about this. But I use Landing Line. Make sure that you're a marketer, or or if you're the one actually marketing yourself as the owner, that you have some sort of service to help you out with this part. Okay, and that's it, guys. That is it. That is how you. Let me just go back to the last picture of the campaign itself, because I think that's an important place to end on. You know, this is the structure that your campaign should take. This is the basics. Okay, you want to run an awareness campaign with the goal of getting as many views as you can for the lowest cost. Then you want to run an engagement campaign that takes people to a landing page with a lead form. Then you want two things to happen. You want them to subscribe to an email list, and you want them to go to a second landing page that gets them to convert and take action. Taking action can either look like a product page where they actually buy something online, or it could be a referral program. If you're just starting out, I would suggest using a referral program so you can get as much leads as you can for the lowest amount of budget, right? So I hope this helps you in some way. I use all these different platforms. This is sort of the basics. There's a lot more stuff that you could be doing, but if you're just starting out, or maybe you're intermediate with building out campaigns, marketing campaigns, this is sort of the basic structure that I would use to provide the most bang for your buck. I really hope this helps, guys. If you've enjoyed this, please let me know. If you have any more questions, there's a ton of different places you can reach out to me. Go to my Facebook page, Justin Hackney. I think you can just type in Justin Hackney and my page will pop up. You can also go to dragoonsmedia.com and talk to me there. And I'd be more than happy to help you out. And until then, good luck with everything, and we'll see you next time.